Hey guys, this is Reckoning Goes coming to you live through the power of YouTube, and I've decided to start on the Carmen 1850. So according to what I read up, this is not a actual replica. It is based on a Spanish freight ship, basically a people carrier that came out in the 1850s, 1800s, thereabouts. So let's get into it. Now there's a couple of things that I need to start off saying before we get into this build. There is quite a couple of, there's an introduction here. So in the general tips, it just says here, follow the instructions, which we'll probably do. Take as much time as you need to dry. To bend the strips, it says you must moisten them slightly and then run them through a 35-watt electric soldering iron while gently bending them, and then dry while holding the curve in place. So that's going to be quite tricky. That's for all the planking and all the side bits that we need to do. Then to prevent punched out parts from getting lost or broken, they have not been completely cut out, which we've seen, which I've showed you in the previous video. To achieve a good finish on the wood, you need to sand it thoroughly. Use coarse grain sandpaper for rough work, followed by medium grain sandpaper for finer work. So I can actually show you now what they sent us. So they did send us this sanding block, and I can just remove this little block here and then replace the sanding if I need to do that. They also in this pack gave us long nose pliers. They gave us a knife, and then they gave us a couple of blades plus a finer file, and then they also gave us the long nose tweezers, which is in much more decent shape than mine. So on the blades itself, I can just put all of this to one side. They've given us a variety of blades, and I'll probably have to go through all of them because I think all of them has got a purpose. So we've got the normal straight edge one, then we've got quite an angled one, we've got one that's like at a 45-degree angle, we've got a straight one down. So I think this one is going to be better just to cut into the wood itself. And then we've got a curved blade here, but it's not curved on the side which you will normally cut. It's the sharp edge is on the side here, so the curve doesn't actually do anything. And then we've got a smaller one here, which is at about 30 degrees, if I can call it that. So hopefully in the book it just explains to us what each of these blades need to do, because I think we need to use all of them. The major problem I've got at this stage is with our cutouts. So as I showed you in the last video as well, so here we've got our framework with our ribbing that needs to go into the framework itself, and then we've got the ship deck, plus I think this is the ribbing for the side. But like I explained to you last time, all of this is truly and utterly bent out of shape. You can actually see the slant there, and if I put it down, you can see we've got a big issue here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a couple of thickish books. It's some of my wife's chemistry books, so please don't tell her. She'll probably have a watch of this and then shut me out, but hopefully after this is straightened out with the books that I'm using, it will be back in the book rack, and she wouldn't have noticed. So I'm going to try and wet this. I think this is like a basswood. I'm going to try and wet it a little bit, and then I'm just going to stick it in between the layers of book and put another heavier book on top, and we'll check if it straightens out. Wish me luck. So guys, I've started to break out some of the parts, and in the booklet on page number 8 you can see there's a diagram here, which tells you which part is which. So we've got number 1, which is basically the stern of it, or the main frame, and then we've got all the ribs that's marked out. So I just went ahead and I went to go and mark slightly just on each part which I need to take out. So with this, I'm using the knife that they send us with a straight edge. Some of them are quite easy to take out, but what I do is I basically go just on the back and just take out all the burrs, get rid of all the burrs, and then I pop it out so that I don't break anything. If anything is going to break, then it's not going to work like it's supposed to. So let me get all of this out, and then I'm going to start assembling all the ribs into the main frame of the Carmen 1850. After breaking everything out of the sprue that I got, I did some sanding on most of them. As you can see, the markings on there, that's just out of the way they should go into the frame. And as you can see, when you break it out, there's a lot of burrs still on it, so you just go over it with the sanding block that they've given us, and just quite a couple of strokes with this, and all the burrs are off, and I think it's looking good. I'm just worried that some of them is broken. Like you'll see some of these pieces here is broken off. I don't know if that's going to affect the bolt, but we'll see when we start doing the planking on the side. So as you can see, after you've sanded it down a bit, it looks much better. And now it's just to get it into the framework. So I started off with a test fit. They say we should glue this into position. I didn't even glue it, and it is fitting like a charm. So I don't know if I have to glue it, but so I've fitted in number 2 already. You can see that is that one over there. We've got 2 number 12 pieces, which is angled like this, and this needs to basically sit like that, so that we need to glue into position with the Gorilla Glue that I bought. I think this Gorilla Glue is going to do the trick. It actually clears colorless, so hopefully that looks good. But let me get all of this in, and let's see how it turns out. So we first have to start off, I just want to get all my numbering here. So the numbers I wrote at the top of the slit here, and that is just to hide it away so that you don't see it after we basically slide it into the framework. So as you can see, as I slide it in, there is no need for glue on this bolt. That one there is quite flush, so I'm happy about that. The first one, or number 2, isn't that flush, but it's starting to take shape. So let's get number 4. Now I just need to make sure that it is the correct position. This slot here is going to be left open, so we've got 2, 3 and 4 going in this side, and yeah, all of them fits brilliantly, so no glue required, and as you can see, it's quite flush there, so I'm quite happy about that. Let's go on to number 5. Number 5 is the bigger piece, and that's for the bigger side of the hole or the framework. Just want to get it in a little bit more, and that there is flush. So the boat is starting to take shape. I don't know how good you can see, but it's looking absolutely good. Then we need number 6, which is also one of the bigger parts, and that's for the middle part of the boat. Let's just get that in there. like I say, it's quite a tough fit. This one is quite skew, but we'll just have to bend it into position. Then we leave this open again and onward to number 7. So number 7 is looking like that. Let's slide that into position. That's also looking flush. This number 6, I think I might have to turn around because as you can see there, it is quite skew. Onward to number 8. Just going down the line here. So number 8 fits in quite nicely as well. I just want to make sure that I get it in deep enough so that it's flush there. Number 9. And then number 10. I'm missing one piece. Here we are. So number 11 is this small one here, and then number 10. So number 10, that's basically here at the back, needs to slot in at the back one there, and number 11 will slot into the front one there. So number 10 is basically going to go and sit on that side. Just make sure that it's flush again. And then number 11, this smaller piece, is going to sit in front of that and hopefully push it back into position. As you can see, there's quite a gap there. So let's make sure it just pushes everything neatly into position. That's looking good. So there's basically our skeleton complete on this, and we've got a little bit of a gap here. I don't know if that's going to make a difference between number 10 and this portion here. I'm going to try and get number 6 out of here again, which is going to be quite the difficult task, but I need to turn that one around and maybe it will look better when I insert it the correct way. Okay, so there we have it. That's that part of the bolt for now. I'm just going to stick number 12s on the end here, and then that's step 1 complete. Okay, and that is step 1. So we've basically started with the framework here. In each of the ribs, or what do they call it, the false keel. So we've started with number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 and 11 is swapped around, so 10 is at the back and 11 is at the front there. And then we've got 2 number 12s here at the front to just make the front portion more sturdy. And I think we're going to sand this down, because at this stage it's not sitting very pretty in there. But that's what we've done in step 1. And I think I'm going to cut the video here, and I'll bring you back for step 2. So guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please subscribe, like the channel, and the guys over at Constructo, please sponsor this video. This is Ratling Go saying cheers.